This episode is brought to you by Shopify. Whether you're selling a little or a lot, Shopify helps you do your thing, however you cha-ching. From the launch your online shop stage, all the way to the we just hit 1 million orders stage. No matter what stage you're in, Shopify's there to help you grow. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/special offer, all lowercase. That's shopify.com/special offer.
You're a podcast listener, and this is a podcast ad. Reach great listeners like yourself with podcast advertising from Lips and Ads. Choose from hundreds of top podcasts offering host endorsements, or run a reproduced ad like this one across thousands of shows to reach your target audience with Lips and Ads. Go to lipsandads.com now. That's LIBSYN ads.com.
This episode is sponsored by Horizon Studios. Before we jump into the episode, we wanted to tell you that we have written a book.
It's called Have You Tried This? And it's out now.
It's a one-stop shop to self-care featuring only the very best of what we have learned over 4 years of living and experimenting with all that the wellness world has to offer.
Plus a load of new practices written just for the book. And the best thing?
Every single practice in the book is completely free, and every practice in there really will improve your mental health and well-being.
Link is in our show notes. Hello everybody, I'm Lauren Mishkon.
And I'm Nicole Goodman. Oh, we've changed it round now.
Well, you asked to.
I demanded.
This is Self-Care Club.
But now it feels really weird.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Now do you want to do it the other way around again?
Let's start again.
Okay.
Hello everyone, I'm Nicole Goodman.
And I'm Lauren Mishkon, and welcome to Friday's Roundup show. I'm not calling it Weekly Wellness Roundup because you have been in the hospital. And so we're doing a sort of weekly wellness relaxed show.
Well, let's be completely honest. We didn't have a show, did we? We didn't have a show. Because we had to pre-record a load of stuff because I was going into hospital.
Yes.
And you were going on holiday.
Yes.
You haven't gone on holiday yet, but I have come out of hospital.
You have.
And then we came out of the studio and we realised that we were 2 shows short.
So we're doing the show from home today, which is absolutely fine.
You
actually.
really were quite against it.
Well, now we're here. I feel fine about it.
Do you?
Yeah.
You haven't got any notes in front of you?
Nothing.
Are you all right?
I'm totally fine.
Are
being
you?
Unprepared.
Are you though?
Yeah, I really am.
Are you?
How are you feeling since your op?
Well, I had back surgery on Tuesday and it's now Friday, so I'm 3 days since.
Yes.
I came home on Wednesday. It went really well. The doctor said it was a perfect operation. But to be honest with you, I was as high as a kite.
You were.
When I came out.
You were flying. You even told me about a whole dinner menu. I said, what's for dinner tonight? And you were like, oh my God, I've ordered lamb sheesh and halloumi.
Salad,
and a whole salad. I said, oh my God, that sounds amazing. I want to come to hospital. And then what did they give you?
I had a jacket potato and tuna and a lentil soup. I was obviously off my face. So I swear I saw that on the menu.
In your morphine haze, you thought you were ordering this whole like
Middle Eastern
meze.
Yeah,
and then you ended up with a jacket potato.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
What is that about?
I have no idea.
Well, why did I order soup? I don't even like soup.
I was thinking that. You hate soup.
I hate soup.
So weird.
So I was basically off my face on morphine. I was so happy.
Yeah.
I felt amazing.
You ordered some leopard print jeans. You
sent
me a whole link.
That was the next day. Well, I only sent you the link to check that they were okay.
They were okay.
Because I was aware that I was high as a kite.
Yeah.
But I was loving it. I was also like so happy to be in hospital because I didn't have to do anything.
No.
I didn't have to be anywhere.
No.
I didn't have to pick anyone up.
No.
I didn't have to make anyone food. Like literally, you would press a button and people would come and bring me green tea and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit sad that the only thing that makes you stop and rest is back surgery, but I am glad you're better.
Thank you.
I mean, you're not better recovered, but you're better like it's fixed.
It is fixed, but now I've just got a long recovery ahead of me.
I know.
And so I think, well, the last few days I haven't felt like doing anything, have I? But I think by this time next week, I'll probably be feeling quite myself. And then I've still got like months of not doing anything.
And then I'll be on holiday and you'll be feeling better and bored and God help me. because it's going to be like, let's do this, let's do that. I know, we should build a rocket. I know, I've had this really great idea that we should like go to Colombia and do this. And I know we shouldn't. I'll be like, oh my God, go back to the gym.
Well, we started that last night.
I was like, you are 48 hours post-surgery. Can we not, like, do you need to plan everything now?
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently so. Well, I went to see my shoulder surgeon. I had an MRI and I had x-rays. And do you know what he told me? You'll love this. You're at a very difficult age.
Is that what he said?
That's what he said.
Why is it a difficult age? You can hear the tapping, that's Barker.
That is Barker pacing around. Because he said that he has found many ladies in their late 40s presenting with the grumblings, well, in my case, the grumblings of a frozen shoulder. He said it's a bit like a grumbling appendicitis. It's not full-blown appendicitis. It's grumbling away.
I'm sorry to tell you this, but in a lot of my menopausal research, you're nodding with your eyes closed because you know what I'm about to say, that a frozen shoulder, and it's specifically a frozen shoulder, is a sign of menopause.
I do know that. And he said that there are some women who are campaigning to have frozen shoulder put on the official list of perimenopausal symptoms because he's seeing it quite a lot, which was very interesting. And then he said, that's why you're at a difficult age. He's like, you're at the in-betweeny age.
In between
of
what?
Like,
what are you in between?
I'm in between
a working shoulder and a non-working shoulder.
Yeah, I'm like a little too young for menopause, a little too old to be perfect. But he did.
Sorry to tell you, you're not a little bit too young for menopause because you are displaying certain symptoms. You're definitely at the beginning of it.
He did say that I had the rotator cuff of a 20-year-old. I was delighted with that.
How's that even possible?
He said I have no wear and tear on my joints. They look perfect. There's no arthritis. There's no nothing. They look great.
That's brilliant. But what are you going to do about your frozen shoulder?
Oh, nothing. He said best treatment is absolutely nothing. They normally just go away on their own, a bit like grumbling appendicitis. Or you get a really acute one and then that also goes away.
Did you just say that I'm in between, I'm too young to be menopausal, but I'm too old to be perfect? Is that what you just said?
Like as in perfectly working, everything perfectly functioning. Like things start to kind of decline or go awry, or things start to kind of niggle away, that sort of thing. Anyway, it was very interesting.
I've had niggles for years.
And he also said he's had quite a lot of women presenting with shoulder issues who are 50 and are refusing to go on HRT and really worried about it. And he said, I just don't understand it. It's not a drug. It just puts you back to where you were. And I would encourage everyone to take it. He said, or just avoid the menopause altogether.
How old is this guy?
He's in his mid-50s. And his wife is going through it. So he's kind of going through it with her.
Well, he's not going through it with her.
I mean, he's obviously in lots of conversations.
Yeah, I know, but I love it when a man starts mansplaining what a woman should do about her hormones.
He's just saying he feels that it's very positive.
We shouldn't.
He's right.
I just don't need to hear it from a man who's not going to experience those symptoms at all. And I do think it's right for me to be on it. I'd be a wreck without HRT. But I think it's also a very personal thing.
It is, but I think if these women are suffering and they have very clear symptoms and they would feel better, then I think it was.
But half the reason that these women, I agree with you. Obviously, I am of that school of thought that you should be on HRT. I'm just saying that half the reason that women aren't on HRT is because there's been such bad education and bad information out there.
Agreed.
In the medical profession.
Agreed.
I also have been to my gynecologist this week.
Oh, you've really had a fun week.
It really hasn't been a fun week. That was 2 days before I went into...
I know.
Well, you do, but they don't at home.
They do it. You actually did mention it on the show.
Did I? I've had all my bloods taken. Oh yeah, I had an internal ultrasound. I've had everything. I haven't been to see so many fucking doctors and so many prescriptions and I'm over it. Anyway.
See, we're at a difficult age.
Yeah.
We're there.
He has changed my HRT.
Oh.
I feel so much better.
Great.
I feel so much better.
Good.
And just to say that it has been a very long process for me, which people know if you listen regularly, but what the GP can prescribe you and what a gynecologist can prescribe you are different.
What?
Yeah.
That makes no sense at all.
None of it. Does
Why?
any of it make any sense? Because he said to me, I'm going to prescribe you X, Y, Z. And I said, but I asked the GP to prescribe that. He said, oh, they would never prescribe that for you, but I'm going to.
I have to say, when I was struggling to get pregnant, I really had trouble with the NHS GP because they didn't help. They didn't want to prescribe me a really basic drug, which when I then ended up at a private obstetrician, gynecologist told me was a 28p drug that they could have given me.
What? But
And
why didn't they?
Because it's not like textbook routine to just prescribe. Now it kind of is, but with this 20 years later, but back then it wasn't. But yeah, that it sounds nuts because they're all medics. They should be able to prescribe whatever, but sometimes they just don't because it's cheaper or it's not written in their directory book of what they're supposed to prescribe, and it's all.
So this is something that I learned this week by seeing my gynecologist, and he delivered both my babies. I haven't been to him for years and years. I was just so desperate. I did not know what to do. And he's like, why didn't you just come to me sooner? I said, I don't know, because I thought, my GP was kind of on it.
Yeah.
And
it's free.
Well, I was at my private GP. I can't get an appointment at my National Health GP. Forget it. And they don't have a menopause clinic or anything. So I was just scrambling around. I've spent a fortune on this. And I knew, honestly, I really knew what I needed. And I asked him for it. He's like, yeah, absolutely. That would be good for you. And I feel a lot better. He said that they look, when they're taking your bloods for your estrogen levels, for anyone that's going through it, they want you in the 600 range. That's the number they want for your estrogen. And mine was 655. So he said, your estrogen is good. He said, but if I could just give you some clarity, when you're pregnant, your estrogen is 150,000 times that. Mm-hmm. No, sorry, 150 times 600. Mm-hmm. You're in the hundreds of thousands. That's where your estrogen is. Mm-hmm. He said, so what we want as doctors is we want you on the lowest level of estrogen, but you have to be feeling good. So if you're not feeling good, then your estrogen has to go up because everyone's levels are different with how they feel on certain.
Yeah. And also there's so much emphasis put on these blood tests, and actually a lot of doctors are now saying it should be symptom-based rather than what your blood test shows, because often the blood tests don't actually show. My
blood tests were good.
Right,
my bloods were all good. And he said,
feeling good.
How are you feeling? I said, I feel rubbish.
Yeah, so these blood tests aren't actually that helpful all the time or that accurate. I mean, they're accurate, but they're not that helpful.
It wasn't remotely helpful. And actually that stopped me from getting
what you needed.
What I needed.
Yeah. Interesting that, isn't it?
So the whole thing has been, I said to him, why is this like a state secret? I've had to piece this puzzle together myself, and I've had to fund it myself, and I haven't been doing it on the NHS, and I'm lucky enough that I've had access to a private doctor and I've got private healthcare that can pay for me to see my gynecologist. I'm lucky.
You are in a position of extreme privilege, because that's not the case for the majority of the population, any of those things.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I am very grateful for that. And I have found it a struggle. It's been going on for a year now. So, and it's not like, oh, I'm on this now and I'll be okay. I might not be okay in 2 months. So it's constant. You have to constant check in with yourself. So if you're listening at home and you're struggling, or you're on the outskirts of it and you think you're starting, then just help is out there. And if you want any advice, I can only give you what I know now, but there are some amazing forums and some amazing places that I have found really useful.
There is a lot of information, but you have to go and look for it.
You have to go and look for it. And actually there's this app called the Balance app by Dr. Louise Newsom.
Oh, she's like the queen of the menopause.
They've got the most amazing forum on there, and there's lots of support. So I encourage anybody to go on there.
What's it called?
The Balance app.
Okay, it's a free app?
It's a free app.
Great.
Yeah. I mean, there's subscriptions that there's parts that you can pay for, that you get certain added things, but I didn't pay. And I just wanted to hear from other women that were going through it, and it was really helpful.
Yeah, it's always helpful when you feel like you're not alone in any of these situations. This episode
episode is brought to you by Notion.
Have you ever stumbled upon a tool that feels like it's been tailor-made for you? Well, that's exactly how we feel about Notion. Simply and beautifully designed with all your notes and docs in one place and the power of AI built inside. It's where every idea, task and episode comes to life effortlessly.
Notion merges creativity with productivity seamlessly. Whether we're planning out our episode schedule, collabing on show notes or tracking guest invitations, it's perfect for those who may be becoming a little forgetful in midlife.
Hey, just the other day we used it to map out an entire season of our podcast in record time, and that's why Notion has become an indispensable part of our podcasting toolkit. It even wrote this intro for us.
Notion is more than just a workspace, it's our secret weapon for success in the digital age. Notion is a place where any team can write, plan, organise and rediscover the joy of play. It's a workspace designed not just for making progress, but getting inspired.
Notion is for everyone, CEOs, students and Lauren. If she can manage to navigate it, anyone can.
Try Notion for free when you go to notion.com/selfcareclub.
That's all lowercase letters, notion.com/selfcareclub, and start turning ideas into action. And when you use our link, you're supporting our show.
Notion.com/selfcareclub.
You're a podcast listener, and this is a podcast ad. Reach great listeners like yourself with podcast advertising from Lips and Ads. Choose from hundreds of top podcasts offering host endorsements, or run a reproduced ad like this one across thousands of shows to reach your target audience with Lips and Ads. Go to lipsandads.com now. That's LIBSYN ads.com.
How are your boobs? How's bra gate? How's bra searching? How supported do you feel?
Bra
in
searching?
The bosom
I haven't done
area?
any bra searching. I've been in hospital.
I've done
Can't drive.
Done a lot of bra
Let's talk about your
searching.
bra searching, because I feel like you've gone to a bad place.
I feel like I've gone to a place of bosom support.
You and only regular listeners of the podcast will understand this. You have gone to a cowboy boot / sequin trouser place.
I did go there.
And if you don't know what that is, I'm going to explain. Last Christmas,
Yeah.
Lauren got obsessed with finding a pair of sequin trousers. Was it the same
No, it
time
was
as the cowboy boots?
It wasn't Christmas just gone. It was the Christmas before.
And when were the cowboy boots? That was before that.
That was even before that. Yeah.
And basically, when she gets obsessed with something, she buys, like, I'm not kidding, about 17 pairs of sequin trousers. Obviously, she sends a lot of them back. I don't know how many you sent back. You've worn them once?
Twice now.
Twice. I mean, it took up a good majority of 2 weeks of your life.
It did.
You were obsessive about
was.
it. You were also obsessive about these blue cowboy boots.
They went back.
They were amazing.
They were fucking amazing.
You ended up with a black pair,
Yeah.
which you never wear.
I do actually.
No, you don't.
I do wear them.
I see you every day.
You know what? I'm not going to come to your house in my tracksuit with them because that would be really weird.
But when do you wear them?
Out when I'm not with you. Anyway, I've done a lot of bra shopping and I did some trying on, and then I went after I saw this shoulder surgeon. It was like 8 p.m, didn't want to try on. Everything was wrong, nothing fitted properly. Then I went back. I went to M&S 3 times in 2 days.
But can I just say something? I think this is very representative of you.
Do you?
And I'll tell you for why.
Why?
Because we had a bra expert coming in to the studio on the Monday.
Yeah.
And she had already told us that she was going to do a fitting.
Yeah.
We had an initial conversation with her over Zoom.
Yes.
But then what you did afterwards is you decided to go and get fitted in a million different places, get a million different bras, get yourself all in a tiz and totally confused, and none of them fitted right. And then you basically had to start taking them all back. I mean, what a waste of fucking time.
It really was a waste of time.
Why did you do that?
I don't know, but now I've ordered 3 online. I'm still waiting for them, but I'm very hopeful.
But you've ordered 3 online since you've had the fitting?
Yes. Yeah, in the size she recommended.
You basically ordered them with the expert advice.
Yes.
But you didn't do that before, is what I'm saying.
No, I should have just waited, done it. But,
yeah, so what's that about? Let's unpick that.
Do we have to?
Yeah,
I
why
don't
not?
know
It's
what
fun.
About.
Why'd you do that? Why'd you make your life difficult?
I don't really feel it's making my life difficult, but it was a large waste of time.
Is it
having to
making
go
it
back to
easier?
M&S 3 times. No, it wasn't. And then there was some whole scandal at the till because some woman had been in the changing rooms and she was completely naked and she'd just come out like
Naked?
Yeah, completely naked. And they were all like talking about it, but they didn't really want the customers to know. And I was earwigging because it was really funny.
Hold on, she came out of the changing room naked?
Yeah, completely starkers.
What, to say, can you get this in a different size?
I don't know what she was up to, but yeah.
That's a very weird thing to do.
I know.
I don't even think that's legal. No, I think, that's indecent exposure, isn't it?
Well, I don't know if that would carry in a court of law, because she was in a woman's changing room area. She wasn't like walking around.
She didn't come into the shop?
No.
Oh.
But yes.
So she came out of
her cubicle and was like...
with her boobs out?
Everything, naked. Yeah.
Totally naked? Yeah. Why is she taking her knickers off?
I don't know, maybe
why are you doing that?
I was thinking like maybe she was in an all-in-one and had to take it off to fit the bra. I don't know. I couldn't get the whole story and I was desperate to.
But even when you go swimsuit shopping or even knicker shopping...
Yeah, you keep your knickers on.
You always... I mean, it's an unsaid rule, right?
Well, it's like just for like cleanliness and hygiene reasons.
Doesn't everyone do that?
I had assumed that everyone does that, even though they have a sticky label over the crotch. I still assumed you always keep your own knickers on.
Because otherwise that's completely gross.
Yeah, also I don't think I've ever been to a changing room and tried on knickers. I've tried on swimsuits, but I've never like tested out knickers before I've bought them. Have you? Just buy the knickers.
To be honest with you, I often buy like a 5-pack from Primark. So I'm not going to go and try them on. But if I was buying a bra and knickers like as a lingerie set, I would definitely put the knickers on over my knickers, yeah.
Yeah.
But only as like, not like my everyday knickers.
Yeah.
I can't remember the last time I bought knickers anyway.
I bought some when I bought the bras. I didn't try them on.
You didn't try them on?
And they're great.
And you didn't come out naked? Was it you? Was it you that came out naked?
Okay, it was me. I admit it wasn't me. You see, we're gossiping now. I want to read you an email that we've had in about gossip. Do you want to hear it?
Well, you need to give them a bit of context of why you're suddenly reading this email out.
I'm reading it out because we got this email in, which I'm now going to read you. And then I'll tell you afterwards the context. It's from Lizzie. Hello, Lauren and Nicole. My sister introduced me to your Self-Care Club podcast and I absolutely love it. You're both so funny. Thank you for everything you do. Thanks, Lizzie. We do our best. I was wondering if you've delved into the subject...
We're not really doing our best today, are we?
You are doing your best.
I mean,
You're 3 days after an operation. You are doing your best.
Okay.
I was wondering if you've delved into the subject of gossip and talking ill of others in your podcast. Our mum is of the older generation where she talks too much about other people's business and in a critical way, and it's a drain to listen to. I suppose you've covered it somewhat with the let them theory, which I love, by the way, but mum gossips about neighbours, club members, friends of friends, local people, so they're not really people she would have influence on as such. Just an idea from Liz in Auckland, New Zealand, and former Essex girl. Well, Liz, we loved your email and we loved your idea.
So much.
So much so.
We've recorded a show on gossip.
A whole show on gossip, which is coming out on Monday.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited for it.
Are you?
Yeah. Because I think let me form this sentence as carefully as I can. I would be very surprised if any listener is out there thinking, I never gossip and I never have. I'd be very surprised if it's not something that's come up or that everyone has indulged in at some point or other.
I would agree, but I don't want to say too much because we cover a lot of this
in Monday's show. Anyway, tune in for that. It's a good one.
So make sure you tune into that. What else is going on in the world of self-care? What have you been doing for your self-care apart from your shoulder?
That is like quite big self-care for me to go for MRIs and x-rays and see doctors.
Yeah.
Normally I ignore stuff.
Yeah.
Do you know how happy I was when he said best port of call is to ignore it? I was like, great, music to my ears.
But also, because I've obviously done loads of self-care because that's all I can do right now.
Yeah.
But actually, that's about our health. And self-care shouldn't just be about when you're ill or when you've got something wrong with you, because you should...
I have done something.
Go on.
It's so unusual for me. I have used fake tan on my legs in preparation for my holiday. And not only that, I was actually influenced by an influencer to buy it. This does not happen to me often, but she showed a before and after picture of her legs and arms. And she showed how easy it was. And she showed the brand and she had like a 20% off if you used her code.
Did you use her code?
I fucking did. And I bought a smaller version because it was very expensive, the big bottle. I wanted to try it. I'm actually quite pleased. Because I have quite dark skin.
Do you know,
after
there's
8 months,
there is a show, there's a podcast that I listen to, it's called Self-Care Club.
Yeah.
And they trial out all different forms of self-care.
Oh, yeah.
And they try out something different every week. It's a really, really good show.
Sounds great.
It is, because it shows you what you can invest your money in and what you don't have to, and what works and what doesn't.
Yeah.
And they have actually done a whole episode on fake tan.
No, that was a spray tan. And I didn't want to have a spray tan.
Same thing.
Well,
Still
it's
fake
not,
tan. It's
because-
fake tan.
Yeah, but that's someone coming to your home and doing it in a booth and it's all over your body. And I didn't want that.
I am all for a bit of fake tan.
I know you are, but I never am. And in fact, that show we did on the spray tan was the only spray tan I'd ever had in my life to this day.
But have you only put it on your legs?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I am quite dark skinned and like my
You're
arms.
so moderate, aren't you?
I know. My arms and chest are kind of not that white because it has been a little bit sunny from time to time, but my legs were like little, like snow.
And I love that you've put it on a week before you're going.
Of course. Like to be prepared, don't I?
Yeah, but it wears off.
No, I put another coat on. Is that the right terminology? Another coat, like it's paint.
Well,
I put another coat on yesterday, so I'm ready now.
well, that was Thursday.
Yeah.
But you're not going till Sunday.
Yeah, but...
So you're not going to be in the sun till Monday. It's worn off. You're going to have to do another one.
Oh, I can't be bothered.
Yeah, I don't know why you've done it so early.
I like to prepare.
Yeah, but you can't do that with fake tan. It's not how it goes.
I needed to test it as well.
Okay.
You know?
Okay, I'm actually going to put some fake tan on this afternoon.
Are you?
I am, because I have got a big family lunch and bar mitzvah tomorrow.
I cannot believe you're managing to go to this.
I feel a lot better today, so I assume tomorrow I'll feel a lot better. And I need to put some fake tan on. I don't know what I'm going to wear because I've got a whole fucking back brace I've got to wear, so I'm just going to wear a tent.
Something large.
I don't really do large.
Well, something loose. Something flowy.
I don't really have flowy.
Oh dear, you should have come and borrowed from me.
I
Got
know.
tons of
I
it.
really don't have any.
I'll tell you what else I've done for my self-care. You'll be even more bored by this. Bought myself some garden shears.
Oh.
Can't fucking wait for them to come. I'm going to prune my way to sanity for the whole of June.
Why, are you insane?
No, but I just love to be out there pruning stuff.
Just so you know, clubbers, there is a period of time where I am away and Ollie is away.
Literally, you both leave on the same day and come home on the same day.
But what?
It's
I think you're more worried about me going away than Ollie, because you're fine about Ollie going away. You are. You're used to him going away.
Yeah, I am.
You get bored when I'm not here. I get bored when you're not here. I've got to be here all week next week without you.
I know.
And I'm post-op, and so I can't drive, can't go to the gym, can't do anything, and you're not even here.
You're not even here, and my husband's not even here. I mean, I just said to you, I think I'm just going to go to bed for the week. Like, what's the point of even getting up? Because you've no one to talk to.
Because you have children.
Oh, yeah, them. I'm just going to do the school run and prune stuff in my garden.
That's good. That'll be good for you. And put more fake tan on your legs. There you go. You can do
It
that.
might even be sunny by then. Who knows? And I'll have a tan from holiday. So it'll be great. That's my plan.
Can I just say
Yeah.
that we have now done 2 shows, not 1, 2 shows.
Yeah, unprepared.
Unprepared. We did not have 1 script.
Yeah.
We did not have 1 bit of format for this.
No.
We've just come on, and I kept saying to you, because you came into my house yesterday when you first came to see me, you took one look at me, you said, we're not doing a show for next week.
No.
And
I
I
was
s-
trying to be kind.
I know you were.
Trying to look after you.
I know, but we can't not release a show. So then someone else was here and they said, if you were working in a company and they wanted you to go back to work 3 days after a back operation, you would not be expected to do that, would you? And I
She
said,
was
no,
right.
but all I need to do is stick a mic on my shirt and talk to my friend.
Well, we have. Also, I want to bring you a TV recommendation as it's Friday's show.
Oh,
I was quite disappointed because they've only released 4 out of the 8 episodes, but I have binged season 3 Bridgerton. Oh, just as good as season 1 and 2, but they've only released 4, and now I've got to wait till June the 8th.
oh,
for
that's
4
so
to 8.
annoying.
It's so
Why do they
annoying.
drop half a season?
I don't
Why?
know, because let me just tell you, someone was getting it on in the back of a horse and carriage, and it was like hot stuff, and then it just ended, and I can't watch anymore. I feel very unfulfilled. It's fucking great.
Clubbers, can I tell you a secret? I'm going to tell you a big secret now. Lauren doesn't know what I'm going to say to
I
you.
know exactly what you're going to say.
What am I going to say?
That you've never ever watched Bridgerton.
No.
Oh.
That isn't what I was going to say.
But that is true.
That is true. I've watched 10 minutes of the first episode, but I haven't had the head for it.
Oh, you've got to get into it.
Next week. I'll watch it next week.
Yeah, you've got to get into it.
We have been wanting to do a TV podcast, like a TV debriefing podcast, haven't we, for ages?
Yeah, we have.
And we've never had the right series to sort of launch it on.
That's
but
true.
something like season 3 Bridgerton, all these things keep coming out.
Yeah.
Baby Reindeer, all these things are amazing.
Yes.
Why aren't we doing it?
Well,
but we need a big launch.
You never watched Bridgerton, so season 3 would have no context for you. You'd have to have been a big fan of
but
1
we
and
wouldn't
2.
have done it anyway.
No. And also there is the official Bridgerton podcast, which I'm also listening to. There you go. There's your podcast tip of the week. So.
Well, that was a shame.
Yeah, they've got like Shonda Rhimes on. They've got all the actors on. We wouldn't have them on.
No, but we wouldn't be the official podcast. We're just going to be the generic, like
very unofficial, but very fun.
Yeah, and watching what everybody else is watching.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm watching.
But we need a big launch.
Okay.
This is what I emailed her yesterday. Not emailed her. Didn't email. I've never emailed you. Texted you last night about the 2 new shows I want us to launch. And now that I've had some downtime and I'm bored.
Oh, you're bored.
And my anaesthetic's worn off.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're going to come back from holiday and it'll all be launched. We'll be ready to go. I just need your voice.
Wow.
And we're going to have artwork.
You're probably going to AI generate my voice while I'm away. You're just going to take words I've said on other shows and put them into some new show and say, I didn't even need you to host it. I just AI'd it. Just typed in a script and put your voice
wish I knew how to do that. But actually that wouldn't be very much fun, would it?
I don't know, but I think you probably could figure out how to do that.
I don't want to do that. Why are you encouraging me to?
I'm not encouraging you. Just rest and watch Bridgerton while I'm away.
Okay. Well, so then we can do season 3 Bridgerton.
Only put out.
Anyway, so if anyone's got an idea of what we should launch this new show on, because we are just procrastinating about it, aren't we?
Kicking the can down the road.
We are.
Yeah.
And we should just get on with it and do
There'll
it.
be some fabulous autumn series that's going to come out. I can feel it in my bones.
Well, we should have done it with MAFSA.
There'll always be another MAFSA.
Well, we'll do the next one.
Okay, we'll do the next one.
Anyway, I think, should we say our goodbyes?
Yeah.
You're going on holiday.
You're going to rest.
I'm going to rest.
Got a fabulous show coming out on Monday on Gossip. Don't miss it.
Don't miss that. We will be back next week. Yeah. There won't be a midweek meltdown next week.
There won't. So don't have a meltdown over the fact there's no meltdown.
So that's actually 3 weeks we haven't had a meltdown.
We'll come back with a banger. Don't worry.
Will we?
Yeah.
We might come back with our new show.
Okay.
That's what we might do.
We might. It's true, we might.
Because the meltdowns have gone down very well, so we've had an idea for a new show. But that's all in the plans.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
We will be back next week, so there's no midweek meltdown. We'll be back on Monday and we'll be back on Friday.
We'll see you then, clubbers.
If you want to be in touch, hello@theselfcareclub.co.uk. Make sure you're following us on all of our socials, because lots of conversation and lots of silliness happens over there at Self Care Club Pod on Instagram and on TikTok. Apparently our full show is on YouTube as well.
Yeah, it is. If you want to watch us doing it.
If you want to watch us doing it.
There.
You won't watch this one because we're not recording it by video.
But the Monday's one's recorded.
Yeah. We'll be back next week. Have a good weekend.
Hello, it's Mr. P here.
And the other Mr. P.
And we are the hosts of 2 Mr. P's in a podcast.
The educational podcast where you don't actually learn a thing.
No, instead we explore the weird, wonderful and downright hilarious things that happen in school from people actually doing the job. We reminisce on our own time at school, funny things we experience each day. And of course, we share your hilarious stories from the chalk face. So if you work in a school or just want a nostalgic trip down memory lane, sit up straight, fingers on lips, and get ready for the lesson.
The Motherkind podcast explores how to feel happier, more confident and empowered in your motherhood, even in our world of pressure, judgment and comparison. I'm your host, Zoe Blaskey, and every week I speak to an incredible expert to share actionable steps and powerful lessons to living your life as a mother with more joy and unapologetic confidence. Listen wherever you get your podcasts, just search Motherkind.